Maybe you're a lot like me. Maybe you lived your whole life knowing that there was a God who still spoke. Even as a little girl, I knew that something happened inside of me when he was trying to get my attention, when he was trying to make something jump off a page like it was etched in gold, or when he wanted something someone was saying to snag my heart and hang on and not let go. But maybe you're also like me in that there is a pit of longing deep inside you for so much more. You read about Elijah or Elisha who came after him. You hear about eyes that were open to see fiery chariots all around them. Declarations that changed nations. Words that were used to multiply oil. Bodies that were stretched across the dead, bringing them to life. And you think, why not me? And it's compounded by the fact that there really are people like that walking around in the world right now. They're walking in heavenly places. They're conversing with angels. They're going into hospital wards and restoring life. But then there's you. If the prophetic and the miraculous is the gushing flow of a tap, then what I have is one drop at a time. Not at regular intervals either. Certainly not a flow. And at times, I cry out. At times, I feel like I'm going to tear myself apart from the hunger, from the longing, and at times, yes, the frustration and anger. I feel like I'm being bypassed, forgotten. I feel like it's for everyone else, but not for me. I feel like he's saying no. At every turn, I wrestle against a religious streak inside me that says maybe I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'm being punished. I ask, and I ask. And yet, drip, drip, drip. Here is one thing that I know. He loves us. He doesn't play favorites. He is always good. And the story he writes for each of us is the very best story. And so if my prophetic gift is only a drip, then he says that that is the best story he can write for me right now. And if my friend's prophetic gift is the gush out of a tap, then he is telling me that that is his best story for her. And he doesn't love her more than me. Here's another thing I know. He is a really big fan of when we accept the little drips, the little crumbs, the little scraps that come our way and we savor them. He says that that requires very great faith. I mean, if you think about it, those who are flowing and moving in the prophetic, like the giants that we read about in the Bible, they're actually seeing with their eyes, hearing with their ears, tasting with their lips, touching with their fingertips. Of course they believe. How easy is it to believe when all of your senses are being pummeled by the Spirit? But those of us who feel like we're hearing the scrap of a note, or we're seeing the edges of a shadow, or we're straining so hard to catch an impression, and yet we still believe, and yet we still want more of him, that's faith. This podcast is my prophetic journal. This is where I am going to share the daily drip, drip, drip of his voice. Like the blind whose other senses start to get exquisitely sensitive, I know how to hear him, it seems, when he even puffs out one little breath. He gets my attention with a whisper. And so I'll share those whispers with you. And I think you'll see that my Abba, he's got plenty to say to me. He's got plenty to show me, even though it comes in a very subtle, not flashy package. And I'm certain this is going to be an encouragement to all of you who are waiting, even eagerly anticipating the day we get to be washed in his full Technicolor presence. But for now, you're drinking back the little drops, you're holding the little breadcrumbs, and you're thankful, and you're not going to waste a single one.